What's going on, guys? And in this video I'm going to be going over my rotation and what I use during PvE. I'll also go over some of the gear you'll want to aim for as a Frost build Force Master to help increase your DPS, and basically what you're trying to do is increase the damage that your Glacial Beam does. So a few pieces of gear you're going to need is you don't need the legendary one, but you're going to get the most of your DPS from getting the Undying Soul Badge. And what the Undying Soul Badge is the Magnum Soul Badge and the Avalon Soul Badge. And the effects you get from those are, we'll just read the whole thing. Triggers Magnum effect for 6 seconds and Focus Boost effect for 15 seconds on a successful Cold Snap. 300% attack power bonus on a successful Glacial Beam during Magnum effect. So your Magnum effect will last for 6 seconds. So during that 6 seconds, your Glacial Beam is going to get an additional 300% attack power bonus on a Glacial Beam. So as long as your enemy's in that Cold Snap circle, your Glacial Beam is going to do 300% more damage. Now with the other Soul Badge, the Avalon Soul Badge, it'll trigger Avalon effect for 8 seconds, creates Frost Orbs and Flame Orbs when using Shadow Grasp and Frost Build. 250 attack power bonus on a successful Glacial Beam during Avalon effect. So what'll trigger the Avalon effect will be Shadow Grasp. So when you use Shadow Grasp, after you use it, regardless of where the enemy is, you're going to get an additional 250 attack power bonus for 8 seconds. So what you'll want to do is mix Cold Snap, Shadow Grasp, and Glacial Beam together. So when you're starting your Frost part of your rotation, hit them with Shadow Grasp, then Cold Snap, then spam Glacial Beam. And you're going to do an additional 550 attack power bonus with your Glacial Beam. On top of boosting your Frost damage, you'll want to aim for, if you can't get any legendary Mystic badges yet, you'll want to go for your Pulse Mystic badge. And what that'll do is it'll enhance the damage of your Snowball skill. So 3,000 attack power bonus on an enemy within Cold Snap, AoE on a successful Snowball. So while your enemy is in that Cold Snap circle, if you hit him with your Snowball attack, you're going to do 3,000 attack power, or 3,000% more attack power damage with it. So that's a big chunk of damage. And if you also have the 3-piece, at least a 3-piece set of the BT gear, or Beat Black Tower gear, sorry guys, you're going to do an additional 100% damage. So there's a difference. There's a difference between 100% damage and 3,000% attack power bonus. I believe this would multiply your 3,000% attack power bonus. I can't exactly remember, but the effects are kind of different, but it still increases your damage by a large amount. I usually hit almost 500k with a Snowball. And when the new Hung Moon skill gets released for Snowball, where you can do an additional cast, you're talking about, you know, doing 1,000,000 damage in like a second. So on top of the 3-piece three-piece effect for this, it'll also enhance your Inferno by 100%, which is good because that's part of my rotation I use as well. On top of that, you'll want to try and get your Tiger Bracelet. And with the we'll read the effects for this. Triggers Tiger effect for 10 seconds on a successful dual dragons. And what we really want to look at is the very bottom part of the description of the effect, where you get 135 attack power bonus on a successful Glacial Beam during Tiger effect. So for 10 seconds, you're going to get an additional 135 attack power bonus to your Glacial Beam. So if you add all of these effects up, so if you add these two effects up and this here, you're talking about, I think, what is it, 500, 685, is 685% attack power bonus on your Glacial Beam. That's a big jump in damage. on top of, you know, your snowball and your inferno added to it. So when I do, let's go over my skills, because a lot of people ask that in my old videos, what do I use? So HP recovery, obviously you want to get HP back while you're doing PVE. Impact move 3. If you have the Hung Moon skill for this will help always have your snowball skill ready for cold snap, because you know sometimes your cold snap cooldown's ready before your snowball, and you don't want to wait for your snowball cooldown. You want to use cold snap as soon as you can to continue doing your DPS. So what this will do is it'll decrease the cooldown of snowball by 15 seconds. So for me, I never have an issue with not having snowball ready when cold snap's ready. If cold snap's ready before my snowball cooldown is, I just hit them with that. It's ready to go. So for PvE, you usually want this. Shadow Grasp, obviously, because it's going to boost the damage. So, well, that's a none given there. Inferno. You want the additional cast Inferno, so you're going to need the Hung Moon skill for that. And you can see the difference. 48,000 to 51 compared to the critical single hit one instant cast that does 14 to 15,000. This is more of a PvP skill, and with this you get an additional cast, so you're talking, you know, you're doing a double damage because you're doing 48,000, but you get to do it again right away as long as the first one hits successfully. Frost Fury I find helps with your Raven effect, or Sky Shatter, or Baleful, Seraph, whatever stage and weapon progression you're at. The more times you hit an enemy, the more chances you have of increasing your stage and your effect. And once you reach, let's say for Raven and Dawnforge, you only need to get to stage 5 before your cooldowns will reset. For Seraph and Baleful, it's 10. So this hits a lot, hits quick, so you're increasing your chances of getting Raven effect or Sky Shatter effect or Baleful Seraph effect quicker. And that's what you want to get. You want to get your cooldowns reset as quick as possible. So I always recommend using Frost Fury. Glacial Beam, that's a no-brainer. That's part of your DPS. This is what we're trying to boost. So of course you're going to want to have Glacial Beam equipped. And of course Cold Snap as well, because this is going to let you spam Glacial Beam. You can't spam Glacial Beam on a target if they're not in Cold Snap range. So you need Cold Snap, obviously. Snowball, 33,000, but with all the effects we got going, this will hit for about almost 400k normally. If my soul's active, sometimes it's 500k. Does a lot of damage, guys. And as you can see, when the Hung Moon skill is released, on next successful attack, cast instantly for 0 focus. So you'll be able to do that twice, almost like your Inferno. So just think about how much damage you're going to be able to do once they release this Hung Moon skill. And that's pretty much it for the skills that I use. I'll try and go over my rotation real quick. So to start my rotation off, I always start with Inferno, and since this is double cast, what I'll do is I'll mix it up. I'll hit them with one Inferno first, then I'll hit them with Meteor Shower, then I'll hit them with the other Inferno. Once I do that, I'll go in the Frost mode. I'll throw down Shadow Grasp, then I'll hit them with Cold Snap and Snowball, and then I'll just spam Glacial Beam. Once Cold Snap's done and you can't spam Glacial Beam anymore, I mix up my attack with Frost Fury, Glacial Beam, Blazing Palm, and your F triggers when they pop up. So basically just spam those and try and get your weapons effect to kick in as fast as you can to get that cooldown, so you can start your rotation all over again. So we'll do a quick little one, and I'll try and explain my rotation as I go. So like I said, Inferno first, Meteor Shower, Inferno, hit them with Shadow Grasp, Cold Snap, and then Snowball, and then just spam Snowball. And then once Cold Snap runs out, like I said, just spam those other skills, your mouse buttons, Flame Love. Now we got Raven effect going, so we're going to get that ready to go. and I find that Frost Fury helps get that effect going up quick. Hit them with that same rotation. I was supposed to use Inferno, so I sort of fucked that up a bit, but as you can see, look, I got my Raven effect again right away. So with his attacks, we're going to wait for him to charge, because I know he's going to charge. Then we'll do that rotation over. So get ready to do Inferno, Meteor Shower, and I sort of fucked that rotation up again. But just rinse and repeat. Just try and get that Raven effect, or whatever weapon you're using, try and get that effect to kick in as quick as possible. As you can see, look, Raven effect again. I mean, I'm going to have him dead beforehand, but yeah, that's pretty much how I do my rotation. I'll try and do it one more time, and let's see if I can do it properly. I messed up a few times. It's kind of happened so fast that it's hard to explain as I'm going, so I'm sort of screwing myself up. But let's go again. Inferno, Meteor Shower, Inferno, getting the Frost Smoke, Cold Snap after using Shadow Grasp, and then Snowball, and just spam that Cold Snap, or Glacial Beam till Cold Snap's over with, and then just go from there and just do all your little quick basic skills that hit quick. Try and get that Raven effect, or whatever weapon, like I said, you're using up. And it's all by chance too, so I mean, it doesn't always kick in right away. Like I said, like my cooldowns are ready before the Raven effect kicked in, so basically I'm just going to try and use some of that now. But he got out of the way, the little bastard. I keep screwing my rotation up. Raven effect's about to kick in again. And you can always mix your ultimate skilling with that too as you want. But for purposes of just showing you my rotation, I'm just leaving that out. Alrighty, I'll try that one more time, see if I can keep my rotations perfect. I'll try and, when I try and explain it, I feel like I screw myself up, so just, you guys get the gist of it and just try and follow along this time. And there you go. There's my rotation. And it's all about trying to get that Raven effect to kick in quick enough to get your Cold Snap ready again to spam your Glacial Beam. So hopefully that was informational, and thanks for watching.